SC, but they're probably not gonna give us that either.
What was the name of that that anime game with the freaking lolly units that wound up totally disassembling part of the Korean government?
Blue Protocol.
Blue Protocol. Every time I look at Lethe, I just need to give a shout out to the people at Blue Protocol. It wasn't Blue Archive. Blue Archive, right? Yeah, Blue Archive.
Blue
Yeah.
Archive
Thing might be.
Yeah, no, Blue Archive is the person. Yeah, that's the game that basically dismantled the Korean GRAC. Yeah, they're the reason why you're allowed to have big boob waifus in Epic 7.
They're the reason that we have Lethe. They're the reason that we have Booblica. I mean, they completely disassembled the GRAC, right? The Gaming Regulations something commission.
Yep.
It was an actual division of the Korean government that was responsible for enforcing gaming standards, right? They're the reasons why so many units in Epic 7 have weird things like one shoulder bare, but one shoulder that's got a, I mean, not Lilius, but you know, why we have like windows in the shoulders but not the whole shoulder exposed, why we have stockings going up one leg but the other leg doesn't have a stocking at all. That's not just a weird Orbis design aesthetic. They actually like measured inches. You could only have so much skin showing on the leg, you could only have so much skin on the shoulder exposed, so they would do things like one stocking on, one stocking off to get away with showing a whole leg but not violating the amount of skin you could show. All kinds of standards, and I know you're going to say like, well, hey, you know, what about this? But bathing suits are monitored differently than just regular clothing. So this commission is all about enforcing these standards and making sure that we don't get too lewd with our stuff. Because remember, pornography is banned. It's against the law in Korea.
Yep. I found that out the hard way in Korea. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're out of the jail too, man.
Yeah, it took a while.
The talk about hard time.
Actually hard time, bro. Actual hard time, man.
So anyway, the GRAC came down on Blue Archive and said, no, we don't like this unit. We want you to change it. And the Blue Archive population got so upset about them wanting to change their lolly unit that they put together a petition and got enough people to sign it. And evidently in Korea, if enough people sign on to have a government agency audited, it's required by law to audit that agency. So this petition went through and they got enough leverage behind it that forced the audit. So Korea government does an audit on the GRAC and they found it just rife with corruption and people taking bribes and under the table deals. It was so thick with corruption, there was no fixing it, and they had to dismantle the entire division. They basically killed the entire agency.
They were running a cryptocurrency scheme also.
God, cryptocurrency on top of it all, man. It was bad, right? And they completely shut down that division of the government, and next thing you know, every Korean mobile game starts wilding out like when Twitch reversed the TOS and said, hey, you know what? It's the Wild West out here. You can do whatever you want. And that was right when we got the Lethe event. That's why we got the very suggestive Galililius event. That's why the Litica event had some really, really racy lines in it. You noticed a lot of design changes that are way, way different than, units that we got in the past, right? So,
we got bare feet.
Yeah, a lot of things changed. Even
Well, Aria. So for everyone who's saying Aria, so Aria was the same people at the same time that Aria was set to be censored. That's when the same thing, the GRAC, tried to hit Blue Archive. F7 basically was just like, oh, we gotta cave to the demands. Blue Archive was like, nah, I'd win.
Yeah. Arya and Sylvan Sage Vivian were both on the chopping block, and Sylvan Sage Vivian got her reduction surgery, but before they could get to Arya, Blue Protocol took them out.
Yep, Blue Protocol's our saviors. Not gonna lie.
So, yeah.
Giga Chads.
Tip my hat and say thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
So there's your little bit of lore. Not a lot of people kind of knew about that, so it's kind of fun to talk about that weird little predominantly lolly-esque kind of game. Saved all the booba in Epic 7. Yeah, I don't know if I can play Blue Protocol just to pay them back, though.
Nah.
It's not my style, guys.
Bring back Theron. Honestly, Theron was probably the best possible artist Epic 7 ever could have had.
Saren's definitely my favorite. All my favorite characters were designed by Saren.
Yeah, and if you don't know who Saren is, if the unit looks like this, he was probably involved.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
He was the very first one that designed Dizzy as well.
Dude, he designed Dizzy, but like on top of that, he did Cerny, he did all the Angelicas, he did all the Liticas, right?
Yeah, the guy was giga talented, and he wasn't fired because of the GRAC. Smilegate didn't get rid of him. He just, my understanding is that he wanted to do something different. That it was his choice to leave, not Smilegate's. I don't know. Sue could probably speak more on that.
Yeah. No, I think that's about right. Like
I thought it was more of like it was before the GR whatever.
Yeah, it was before the GR started cracking down, but yeah.
And he didn't like the change in style, and he was like, I guess I'll move on. That was basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a rumor going around that he was like I'm not down with the censorship that I'm being forced to do, so I quit. My understanding, it wasn't that. It wasn't any kind of animosity with him leaving. But I don't know. I wasn't a fly on the wall.
It was like apparently it was doing a lot of creative discrepancies. Yeah.
Yes, that's what he.
Yeah.
That's what he explicitly mentioned.
Yeah,
if you follow Saren, if you follow Saren on social media, I can understand why. Cause like that man posts some real lewd designs, man. Like he does not shy away from the OPI, man. That man goes hard on those decisions. Like he's like, yeah, I think they need to be bigger. She needs to be thicker. She needs to be wearing less. So I definitely think that's probably what it was. It was, I want to draw like this, and they're like, no, like you need more clothing. You can't do that.
You want to be like Rama for FGO.
I was gonna say, yeah. Also, he's the original designer of Lilibet, and like if you've ever seen his original Lilibet design.
Dear Smilegate, when are we getting another Guild War artifact? Yeah, good luck with that. You're more likely to see Guild Wars completely revamped into something else than to see another Guild War artifact. I just don't see it ever happening again. Why spend money putting out something free when you can spend the same money creating an artifact that you can pull on banners? What's Smilegate's motivation? I mean, really, Guild Wars doesn't exist in Smilegate's mind. Does Guild Wars exist in the player base's mind? I mean, I would say 50% of the people I talk to actively hate doing Guild Wars, and they only do it because their guild forces them to. And probably another 25% say, I don't mind doing it, it's just a weekly thing that I do to get mystics, but I don't get any enjoyment out of it at all.